Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
This place in Madison Heights is now empty after the DEA raided it. It was a so-called pharmacy. The feds call it a pill mill, pushing the most dangerous opiates, selling them for cash.
Many viewers understandably continue to have questions about breakthrough cases. I'm Dr. Frank McGeorge. Coming up, I'm breaking down the numbers of breakthrough infections to help explain what we're seeing and why.
All right, Frank, also frontline workers must have personal protection equipment that works as advertised. And the feds just stopped a delivery that could have put those workers at risk. Good to have you with us tonight at 6. The counterfeit PPE came in the form of fake N95 masks.
And those masks made it all the way from China to a warehouse in Detroit. The next stop, a local hospital. Tonight, Defender Karen Drew takes us inside an investigation that spans the country.
Imagine being a local doctor or nurse putting on an N95 mask, assuming you're protected, especially from COVID. Then to find out that mask is counterfeit and your life could be at risk.
Boxes and boxes of masks inside a warehouse on the west side of Detroit. The labels say they're N95 masks, but they're not the real deal.
These are all counterfeit masks that were illegally imported to the United States and are substandard. And they could put hospital staff and patients, of course, at risk if they happen to be used.
Homeland Security investigators allowed Local 4 Defender cameras to go with them as they seized 622,000 fake masks. An area hospital system bought them thinking they were real. Now they're out $3.5 million.
So we've actually made seizures in the past couple of weeks across the U.S. of hundreds of thousands of these masks that were going to hospitals.
That's right. The Defender's learning a company from China sold these masks all over the country, including New York, Seattle, and Phoenix. All the medical facilities working with investigators to provide evidence.
We don't have an extradition treaty with China, so we can't extradite out of China, but there are opportunities to potentially make arrests of individuals that travel outside of China or to the United States, or if there's co-conspirators in the U.S. that are helping perpetrate this.
Local 4's Dr. Frank McGeorge puts in perspective just how dangerous it could be if those masks had been put in use.
In the hospital, we use protective gear because we're putting ourselves in situations that expose us to potentially biohazardous material. Even if I'm vaccinated, masks reduce the exposure. When I use an N95 mask working with a COVID patient, I need it to work as it should. If it doesn't, it exposes me, and that ultimately exposes my family, friends, patients, and anyone else I'm in contact with.
Local 4 defenders have been talking with Homeland Security investigators. They say they did these seizures all around the country, but the one here in Detroit, they found 600,000 fake N95 masks. Well, that was the biggest bust. Now, meantime, the hospital that was involved in the case is helping investigators. They just don't want to be identified at this time. I'm Karen Drew, Local 4 Defenders.
Okay, Karen, thank you. If you're vaccinated against COVID-19, you want to know how protected you really are. So it's not surprising that many viewers are concerned about reports of these breakthrough cases. Dr. Frank McGeorge is back now to break down the numbers and answer two of your questions about these breakthrough infections.
Helen asked, when they report the number of COVID cases, do they include those that are breakthrough cases, or are they just people that haven't been vaccinated? So Helen, the number of COVID cases being reported now 3 times a week includes unvaccinated and breakthrough cases. And here's how those numbers break down. Between January 15th and September 21st, there were just over 500,000 COVID cases identified in Michigan, and about 6.2% of them, or 30,000, were in fully vaccinated people. Now here's another related question. A viewer writes, you reported that since January, vaccinated individuals made up only 8% of hospitalizations. What about since Delta? I've heard that number is significantly higher now in Michigan. What are the latest percentages? You're right. Delta has made a difference. Data from the state shows that in the 30 days between August 23rd and September 21st, 18% of cases, 21% of hospitalizations, and 15% of deaths were among fully vaccinated individuals. Now, beyond any effect from Delta, those numbers require 2 other pieces of information to put them in context. First, the percentage of fully vaccinated Michiganders was approximately 57%. If the vaccine no longer had an effect, we would have seen roughly the same 57% of cases, hospitalizations, and deaths among the fully vaccinated. The lower percentages among the fully vaccinated demonstrates that the vaccine is still having a significant beneficial effect. Now, the other element to be aware of has to do with understanding the math behind these statistics and why there would appear to be more breakthrough cases now compared to a time when there were fewer people vaccinated. When no one was vaccinated, no one could be considered a breakthrough. If 100% of people were vaccinated, then any infection would be, by definition, a breakthrough. Essentially, as we vaccinate more people, a larger proportion of cases will be breakthroughs. Because we vaccinated the oldest and highest risk people first, it's also likely that their immunity is decreasing as the months go by, putting them at higher risk from the Delta variant. And that's where booster shots will play a critical role in protecting the most vulnerable moving forward. Back to you.
All right, Doc. Now to the latest coronavirus numbers. The state reports 8,058 new cases in the last 48 hours. That's an average of 4,029 a day. And sadly, we've lost 79 Michiganders during that same time period, 42 from a review of vital records. On the vaccine front, 68.7% of people in the state have received at least one vaccine dose.
Some sad news to pass along tonight. State Representative Andrea Schroeder has died after a battle with stomach cancer.
The Independence Township Republican was 57 years old. Before her 2 terms in the legislature, Schroeder served 6 years on the Independence Board of Trustees, was a teacher and sales executive. She was diagnosed with cancer in 2018, had surgery in 2019, then announced last month the cancer had returned.
State Senate Majority Leader Mike Shirkey put out a statement saying, in part, many hearts, including mine, are heavy today. Representative Andrea Schroeder will be remembered in this legislative institution as a remarkable woman, distinguished leader, steadfast friend, and devoted wife and mother.
And this from Governor Whitmer, who said, quote, Representative Schroeder will be remembered for her relentless dedication to the people she represented. My heart goes out to her husband and 3 children and all those who knew her as they grieve during this difficult time.
We have been holding on to some very nice weather as we are now into October.
That's right. But Andrew, there are some changes coming.
Yes, there are. We had wonderful weather for today. We had beautiful sunshine. It's still clear out there right now, and it feels wonderful. Temperatures right now mostly in the low and middle 70s, anywhere from 71 degrees over at Metro Airport, 73 for our friends in Pontiac, cooling off a bit over in Mount Clemens where it's now 69 degrees, but looking absolutely gorgeous as we look at downtown Detroit. 71 over at Metro Airport with a wind out of the south-southeast. Raindrops are all someplace else, to our west, to our southwest, but they are going to move in our direction. We'll talk about when they arrive in just a moment, but first, they are certainly not arriving this evening nor for tonight. Temperatures will be in the low 70s in our next hour or two, but then we drop off into the 60s, and it remains mostly clear as we go into this evening. We'll talk about when those raindrops arrive for your weekend and also what it means in your 7-day forecast coming up.
Okay, Andrew. Federal investigators say a small business in Madison Heights was a pharmacy in name only. The feds raided the Great Health Pharmacy on John R. south of 12 Mile, and now the operator is accused of running a pill mill of addictive opioids. Local 4 Defender Sean Lay live with more on this story. And Sean, the feds say the person handing out the pills was also the one writing the prescriptions. That's a red flag to say the least.
Exactly. And let's get everyone a look at what was a pharmacy or place pretending to be a pharmacy here. It's been cleared out in a DEA raid. The guy running this place, the DEA says, wasn't even a pharmacist. His license was stripped from him years ago. Tonight we're getting some pretty intense reaction from real pain management experts.
When I hear something like that, it hurts me inside.
Beaumont pain specialist Dr. Enes Al-Jessam reacting tonight to this, the DEA raiding the Great Health Pharmacy on John R. in Madison Heights, arresting the man the DEA says was running a dangerous and damaging pill mill. Yusef Kosho of Sterling Heights has been charged with multiple felonies related to selling tens of thousands of dollars worth of the most addictive opioids to people for cash. Dr. Al-Jessam says alleged pill pushers like Kosho hurt patients who truly need pain management.
I've got patients, in various populations of patients that may have, metastatic cancer, and they can't even get their medications filled because then we get these arbitrary quantity limits.
At Great Health Pharmacy, the feds watched Kosho, then went in, finding that 25,000 doses of oxycodone, hydrocodone, codeine, and others were likely sold for cash. The feds seized more than $380,000 from Kosho's accounts. They found $1.2 million in cash in safe deposit boxes. Kosho was prescribing without a license. The state suspended it in 2017 for doing the same thing. The potential human cost of addiction and overdoses here is staggering.
It's tragic. It's truthfully tragic. Stop for a second, realize why you went into medicine, and it's about helping people and not just kind of making our pockets fatter.
As this case moves forward, we should learn just how many people were impacted by this one operation. In fact, the feds added in their complaint, Devin, that Kosho himself would allegedly make these deliveries of these high-powered opiates to people inside Detroit area strip clubs. Deliveries. We're live tonight. Sean Lane, Local 4.
Wow. All right, Sean.
All right, well, the Postal Service changes that Help Me Hank warned us about yesterday here at 6 are now in effect. They impact the delivery time of some first-class mail and periodicals. A service that's typically a 1 to 3 day guarantee could now take 5 days. Officials said mail traveling long distances will be affected, but that most customers won't see a difference in their local deliveries. The move is part of the agency's 10-year plan to improve service and achieve financial sustainability.
General Motors reports vehicle sales took a big hit in the third quarter. GM says it sold about 447,000 vehicles from July through September in the U.S. That is down about 33% from a year ago. Chip shortage has caused GM to shutter plants for extended periods of time, of course. GM warned investors last month its North American wholesale volumes would be down about 200,000 units in the second half of this year. This just represents half of that. GM continues to sell more full-size pickups than any other automaker this year. Sales of full-size pickup trucks actually up 13%.
All right, still ahead, police make 2 arrests while investigating more than $300,000 worth of vehicles stolen from a dealership. But they still need your help in this case.
And here's Priya.
A $25 million project begins in Sterling Heights, and it will address the affordable housing crisis.
We have more than 1,000 families in need of long-term affordable housing.
Coming up, we're talking to families who will be able to live here and benefit from this new affordable housing project.